Hello again. You join me this time as we're looking at the initial ideas page for the AQA GCSE resistant material spec. As you might be able to see, I've got some initial ideas already sketched just to speed up the video a little bit, and some of these are taken from some images that I've grabbed from my mood board. We do a mood board for two reasons. Reason one is that we can then use the images from our mood board to inspire creativity for our initial ideas, and the exam board actually gives you marks if they can see a link between your mood board or your research ideas and your initial ideas. And secondly, we use the mood board because it makes our job as a designer just that much easier. It's so much easier to be creative if some of the work's done for you. And the nice thing about this is that because we're using images from nature perhaps, or I've got some images from man-made structures, you don't need to do an awful lot of thinking, and actually you come up with some stuff that can earn you a shed load of marks as far as the examiner is concerned. But you're not required to be massively creative. You're kind of required more to sort of copy an idea and just turn it into something that you can use. And it's nice really because you get given marks for that. So as you see me, I'm sketching some initial ideas. You can see I've drawn little isometric boxes to begin with. I like doing this because it helps me to draw 3D. It gives me a frame to my drawings. It makes I get everything stands in some kind of perspective. I've got a little Art Deco logo here. You'll notice that was taken from my mood board, and I'm just using this shape here and turning it into a very similar shape for my phone holder. We're doing a docking station for this particular project, so all of my designs are in some way encompassing a phone. I've got an iPhone, so I'm just trying to make mine fit something that looks a bit like an iPhone. There's my screen. Sketch leader on screen. There's my button. A couple of lines there to make it look reflective. So I've got my basic idea drawn here, and in the next video I'll show you how to make these ideas pop out a little bit and how you can draw the eye to the bits of the drawing that you really want people to see. But right now all we're trying to do is we're trying to get marks for originality, creativity and flair. Which way up is this? This is a picture from Giant's Causeway. There we go. So, and we're trying to get originality by having a phone holder inspired by something that isn't a phone holder. So I've got a picture here of some slabs, hexagonal slabs from Giant's Causeway. Again, this is going to be the inspiration for the next one. So we start off drawing our hexagonal box. I'm going to have a slightly more cubic box for this one. Isometric box. If you can, put a bit of perspective on it, so have the top wider than the bottom. It's not essential, and the back slightly narrower than the front, but it just gives your drawing a sense of jumping out the page a little bit. Again, it's not massively important. We're going to make it a hollow crate. Here we go. This just frames my picture nicely. So I'm going to start off actually drawing the phone for this one. I want my phone to be, or will I? I will. I'll draw my phone somewhere in the middle. Something like this. The nice thing about drawing the crate first is that you know all your lines have got to be parallel to the lines you've drawn for your crate. Page down, you can see it better. There we go. Sorry about that. Too busy looking at my paper, not looking at my screen. So there's my phone. Roughly something like that. Because I'm drawing lightly, it doesn't matter that there's a line that was wrong there, because it really won't notice it in the grand scheme of things. And the next video will show you how to get rid of that. So there's where my phone's going to go. There's the button. And now I'm going to draw within here some other boxes within which I will make my hexagonal slabs exist. Now again, the beauty of drawing it this way is that you don't have to worry or think too much about the 3D element of your sketch, because drawing the boxes sort of does that for you. So there's one corner, there's another corner of the slab. So I've got a bunch of hexagonal stacks, if you will. That will come down, that will come across, that will go there. And the phone is going to sit on some hexagonal slabs. Let's have a biggish one underneath the phone coming out like this. So you'd see a bit of that corner there coming across, and that would come and be hidden by this front one, and that will come down. So across to there. There's the side of that one. The phone sits something like that. Let's get rid of that corner because that's not actually needed in this one. And we'll have a bigger one coming back here to full height. You don't need to be restricted. So it would appear the technology is letting us down today. So where are we at? We've finished our Giant's Causeway 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5. I reckon, or I tell my students, that you want 6 or so for a D or a CD. You want about 9, I reckon, 9, 10 for a B or A. So I'm just going to put a couple more in here, and I'll continue to talk to you as I do this. So what have we got? We've got some nature ones, 2 design era ones. Let's stick another design era. We've got Art Deco and Art Deco. Let's put a different design era. Let's go for a Memphis one down here. So here's a little Memphis image. Again, these are all visible on the mood board, and I'll post a link to that so you can see that's a separate image. Let's just finish this one off, and then I'll finish the images myself slightly faster, and then I'll talk to you about how you can improve the images so that the ones you really want the examiner to see pop out. Let's move that over there. So again, we'll start off with our isometric crate, and then we'll put our shape into it. There's the back of our shape, and we'll have the front of our shape coming to the front middle of this, so we've got some sort of triangle. This line here at the back will be parallel with the top, so that takes us to that point there. Parallel, he says. Parallel, there we go. And then we'll come out to that point there. And we'll come down parallel with this one to the bottom here. We appear to have a slightly narrower base, but that's okay. We can say that's part of our design if we want to. We did say we wanted the top bigger, didn't it? So it sort of jumps out of the page. And then this green post here. In fact, no, let's put the phone coming from the front. Let's have it on this shelf. So I'll have the shelf coming out, something like this. There we go. And then we'll have our phone resting. Perhaps we'll have some kind of stand. This green post could be a stand here with that semicircular line there. A bar coming up. And then as our phone comes up from here, it's going to be wider, isn't it? It'll come up at this sort of angle. This is when we draw lightly to begin with, so we can just change the images as we need. And we'll have this bar coming across. Some sort of wraparound. phone-like with the traditional loop for a screen, button, and the little lines to show that. There we go. So I'm going to finish this off by myself now with a few more ideas, and you'll see it sped up. And we will then talk to you about making them look more impressive. So let's get the art deco. Let's get this one in here. So that page back here. And we'll go for this one. So this is going to be our base